Welcome to a tutorial on how to work with call sheets in Dramatify. First, in Dramatify you can have up to 5 teams, each with their own call sheets each production day, or a main team that only on a few shooting days uses a second unit and perhaps a third unit. Dramatify offers 5 types of call sheets. First, the ones you are familiar with, traditional call sheets for shooting days. We also offer simplified call sheets for other types of days: preparation, transport, holiday, and other. With the simplified call sheets, you can let your team know when and where to be, including unit notes and department requirements for a travel day, a day prepping for the shoot, or a local holiday. To start working on your call sheets, click on Planning. On the overview page, you will see what production days and team you already have added, if any. There are 2 ways of creating call sheets, and if you have used our scheduling feature, you will automatically have started creating call sheets for all the production day and teams you already have added during scheduling. The other way is adding production days and call sheets here on the overview page. Here you can create a rough plan of prep days, travel days and shooting days, with or without dates, by going to the Edit menu in the toolbar and clicking Add a new production day. You add the production day number and, if you like, a date. You can also add dates later. Click to save. Now you get grid items for each team you added when you set up the production. Click on each team to assign what they should be doing that day: prepping, traveling or shooting. There is also the options of holiday and other if you need. This means that you can not only have call sheets for teams on shooting days, but also on any other kind of day you need. This makes it possible for you to create a team that only deals with scouting, prepping or set construction, for instance. They will get their own call sheet of when and where they should be and what they should be doing. To make less work for you, set standard working hours and they will be automatically added to each call sheet, unless you actively change them on individual call sheets. This allows you to create call sheets for night shoots or have staggered teams that work different hours. To set standard working hours, click on the Settings in the toolbar and then on the Edit icon to the right in the Working Hours box. While you are still in Settings, you should also add any radio channels that you will use on the set. Simply click Add a radio channel and fill out the channel number and which user it's for. Radio channels will now appear automatically in your call sheet. Now, just click on the day and team for which you want to add a new call sheet. The headline shows you production day, team and call sheet type. Should you want to change that headline, click on the Edit menu in the upper right corner and select Edit Call Sheet. Here you can now add a new headline in the box marked Title Flag. You can also add the unit base so your team know where to show up, and if you like, a medical emergency location. If you haven't already added these locations, please watch our tutorial on locations. Now, if you need to change the working hours to non-standard working hours, click the Edit icon to the right in the Working Hours box and edit the working hours. To add unit notes, click on the Add icon. Unit notes are always open when your team read your call sheet, so here you should put any very important information that shouldn't be missed. Click on the Add icon and you can add call times however you want them. The 2 settings for locations, unit base and medical emergency, lead to the same edit form where we previously changed the headline. This is to make it easy for you to add locations without having to go to the toolbar editing menu. There are 2 ways of adding scenes to a call sheet in Dramatify. First, if you have used our scheduling, the scenes and banners you have added to this shooting day will already be present. In the call sheet, you can use the cross at the beginning of scene slugs to change the scene order by dragging and dropping. You can also add more banners if you like. As you see to the right, you can edit and delete banners. When it comes to scenes, you can remove them from the call sheet by clicking on the trash can. If you have not used the scheduling, you click on the Add Scenes icon to add scenes. You can add scenes one at a time or multiple scenes at once if they are in sequence. Click the arrow in the scene slug to read the scene information. If you want to add or edit anything, you do that in the breakdown. Under the transportation headline, you can add who is picking up whom, when and where. Team members with the role of drivers are at the top of the driver list and then the rest of the team. Underneath transportation, you add cast calls when cast members should be on set, in makeup, at wardrobe and at rehearsal. In the department requirement and notes, you can add and organize what each department should be doing and what they should bring and remember during the day. If you want to, you can delegate the adding of department requirements and notes, so each department adds their own. This requires that you make the team member who should be doing the writing into admins. Now you might think, what about radio channels and weather forecasts? Relax, they are automatically added when you publish your call sheet. Now, when you have added the information you need, you have two choices. Either keep this unpublished to the team, visible only to admins under the planning menu, or publish it to the team. Leaving the call sheet unpublished is great if you want to pre-produce call sheets and later add any last-minute details and publish it closer to the production day. To publish a call sheet, just click at the link at the top. As you see now, you can also unpublish it should you need to. In the day overview, the little transmit icon shows you which call sheets are published. Note that call sheets remain published for 5 days after the production day. After that, you as an admin can access them on the planning overview. If you have not yet added dates to your call sheets and prefer to pre-produce your call sheets before publishing, you can add dates in a variety of ways. You can click on the Edit Production Day menu in the overview and add a date to each production day. You can click on the calendar and get a great calendar overview. Use the Add to Calendar at the top to assign dates to production days. Here you can also move production days around by drag and drop on desktop and click and edit on any device, including tablets and smartphones. If your production will shoot in one sequence, one day after another, you can use the Renumber Days function. Click in the Edit menu in the toolbar and select Renumber Days. Check the checkbox and add the first day of your production. Click OK. Dramatify now adds dates in sequence to all your production days. Here's what the simplified call sheet can look like for a regular team member. You log on to Dramatify, click the In Production Today button and get straight to today's call sheets. The unit notes are instantly available and the location is available through a click that leads to a map and driving directions from each team member's own location to the unit base. And here we have requirements per department. Here you see the head of department's name and phone number. Click on the name to go to the profile and one-click messaging, texting, emailing and calling. You can change teams at the top as well as go forwards and backwards among the production days. If we look at the production menu, you can also see that regular team members have access to fewer sections than an admin. Your published call sheets for shooting days includes a bit more information than a simplified call sheet, but you easily recognize the format. You have your unit notes, locations with map links. Just click to get to maps and driving directions as well as Google Street View. Click scenes to see the production day schedule. Click on each scene to read further information with synopsis, characters and cast. Click on a character to get the wardrobe, props, hair and makeup details for that character and scene. Note that access is limited to admins and the teams for wardrobe, props and hair and makeup. Click on the script icon to read the script of that scene. Click on the set icon to see the set and location. Click on the set to get to the set breakdown list with set construction, set design and props. Note that access is limited to admins and the teams for set construction and props. The last icon in the row is the progress icon. Here, an admin can check off scene progress and mark the scene with done if you've finished filming, or unfinished if there's anything about the shoot that requires the scene to be reshot or completed in some other way. The progress feature allows you to filter the scene list on which scenes are done, which are unfinished and require more work, and which have not started filming yet. Since you can add, for instance, a location to the filter list, you can see the status of the scene on that location, or add a character and see which scenes that character and thus cast member have left to film. Back to the published call sheet. Below the scenes we have the cast calls, transport and requirements. And below them, the radio channels and the weather forecast with general weather conditions, temperature, wind, dawn and sunset. The weather forecast is 10 days ahead, meaning that if you publish a call sheet 10 days ahead of shooting, the weather forecast is included for the shooting day. It's also automatically updated every third hour. To access call sheets for the other teams the same day, just click on the team box at the top. To announce to your team that you have published a call sheet, click on Messages at the top and then on the Add Message icon. Write your message and note that you do not need to link to the call sheet. It will show up automatically in the call sheet menu. Select your production in the drop-down menu and then click Submit. Your message will now be shown to everybody in your production who are logged into Dramatify, but will also be forwarded to the email inbox of everyone in your team list, including team members that have been invited but who haven't logged on yet. If you like to print a few call sheets to have on hand, just click Print in the toolbar. The printed call sheet looks a bit different from the digital one. Two stark differences are the parts for a production by and useful contacts. A production by reflects the production principles on the production overview page. You add a team member there by going to People and clicking on the Edit menu in the lower left corner of the People card. Check the checkbox beside Principal Member. Above it, you find the checkbox for Useful Contact. Check this if you want to add a team member's name, role and phone number to the printed call sheets. Useful people to include are, for example, the production manager, assistant directors, runners and drivers. Your published call sheets can be updated immediately at any time, even during shooting. If, for instance, you are either before or behind schedule, you can easily reorder scenes in the scene list to reflect the new production schedule, and if you, for instance, need to take a break for lunch. If you need to adjust production times to reflect what have happened during the shooting, you can either add a banner with update instructions or go to the breakdown and update the production time of a scene. This will be immediately adjusted in the published call sheet. We suggest that you make a note of the update in the unit notes, as well as send out a message through our message feature that I showed you before, so everybody learn of the changes at a glance. You cannot delete a production day if it has call sheets. That is, if the team box on the day overview have a color, regardless or not if you have actually added anything to the call sheet. To remove a call sheet, you click on the call sheet and then go to the Edit menu in the toolbar and select Delete Call Sheet. When there are no call sheets for a production day, you can go ahead and delete the entire production day by going to the Production Day menu and select Delete. Of course, we rather hope that you will add many call sheets to Dramatify in the future, not delete them, so that your team can carry call sheets in their pockets, on their tablets, and view them on their computers. Every time you don't print a call sheet saves resources and trees. That's all for now. Thank you for Dramatifying your production.